I'm excited to be able to welcome on one of the top rising prospects in 2022, Cason Wallace. What's going on today, bro?
So,
Not much, man. Well, you've been a part of this 2022 class, pulling offers constantly. What's it been like having your phone blow up recently?
it's a cool experience. I mean, it's really like humbling knowing that I have schools reaching out to me and I'm not just under the radar and people notice me.
And for you, these aren't just like small schools. You're pulling in all these Power Five schools, the biggest schools in your own state, across the country. What's some of the schools you say at this point, though, are recruiting you the hardest?
I'd say Baylor and Kansas State. They reach out consistently pretty much every day, every other day. A&M, they hit me up often, send mail. They do a pretty good job.
That's awesome. And we'll kind of break down those schools in a minute, but you are part of 2022. It's been about a month now that coaches start calling you. What's it been like just starting to talk to coaches more and more?
It's actually cool because I get to see what kind of staff each school has.
Hmm.
So, if I want to make a decision, I know how they've been treating me throughout the months and if I'll be able to live there and have a good relationship with the coaches.
And that first night, what was that night like? Did you get a call right around midnight, or just take us through that first day?
Man, the first minute, my phone rang, and it was just like 3, 4 schools that called me that night. Then in the morning, even more schools are calling me. So it was a crazy day.
Who was the first school to call you?
Baylor.
Hmm.
Baylor was the first school to call.
That's big time. Let's just start off with Baylor then. We talk about these schools. Baylor's a school that's now landed two top prospects in the country in back-to-back days. Langston Love, another Texas guy, and another big-time guy in Jeremy. Just what's it like just seeing the new guys that they're bringing in and just seeing star players now attend and want to go to Baylor?
It's actually cool because, you know, we all from, Dallas, we all from Texas. And, some people want to stay close to home. And if you want to do that, then you can do that at Baylor and still have a good team. They win, they're a good program.
Absolutely. And we just talk about talking to them. Obviously, you said that they've been reaching out one of the most schools to you. What's just the coaching staff like? What do you like about them?
They real cool people. They bring energy, all of them. They all got good energy. They consistent and they know how to win. And that's what we talk about, winning.
There's a few other schools that have also offered you in Texas, but just the appeal of possibly staying close to home or even at home, what does that have to you?
It's really, you know, it doesn't matter to me if I go too far or
Mhm.
stay home. It's just wherever fits for me.
Gotcha. Another one of the schools, as you mentioned, Texas A&M, their school has also brought in a couple more Texas guys, also Oklahoma guy in Jackson. They once again have brought in now two five-star prospects. Do you have a relationship with any one of those guys? And if not, just what would it be like to play with them possibly?
Yes, I have a good relationship with Manny.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Manny Jackson. Yeah, they cool people. I played with them. Well, not with them, but I played against them. I
Mm-hmm.
used to train with Manny. They're good. They're good players.
And how about that coaching staff? Coach Buzz is the guy I think everyone kind of loves. He's a respected coach. What do you like about being around and just talking to Coach Buzz?
He's cool too. I mean, we haven't really talked that many times, but
Mm-hmm.
he seems like somebody that I could get along with.
That's awesome. And the other school you said has been reaching out the most to is Kansas State. They're also just a great program. They're in the Big 12 as well. We like about Coach Weber and his coaching staff.
Man, they come with energy too.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Zoom call with them, and we talked to them for about an hour, talking about their program and fits and how they run their program and their daily schedules, and it's pretty good.
And take us kind of through what these Zoom calls are like. We obviously know you can't go on visits right now because of the coronavirus. What are these calls like? What do you guys kind of get done and do?
Well, we just talk about what it would be like if I was there. They
Mm-hmm.
showed me some things about the gym, the dorms, their everyday life, records, stuff in that. like that.
And one kind of thing that we know that Coach Weber likes bringing in is the guys that have that dog mentality. Pretty much all the guys on that team have that. I know you'd fit that suit as well. What would it be like to possibly be in a locker room with a whole lot of guys that you can relate to in terms of just having that dog mentality?
Man, it'll be crazy because we all got the same mentality. So knowing that the person beside you have the same mentality as you and y'all all want the same goal, it'll be crazy.
And that mentality also is with your teammate, Rylan Griffen, another top prospect in the country. Just talk about what you guys bond. What's it like playing with him?
Man, practice, we always go at it. But off the court, we cool, you know. We always going at it. We here for each other. We play with each other well, feed off each other energy, and it's real fun playing with him.
And Texas seems to like to form a lot of guys that are just dynamic duo guys. Clearly, you two are one of the best, not the best dynamic duo in Texas. What's it like seeing your guys' dynamic duo compared to all the other dynamic duos in the state?
I'd say we're the best dynamic duo for sure because we play off each other. A lot of people get selfish when they have a dynamic duo, and they don't want to see each other getting buckets. But with us, it don't matter. One of us going off, the other one gonna pick it up, and we both gonna be doing good.
So let's bring it back a little bit. When did you guys first meet? Take us to the first time you guys got to know each other.
It was way in like 4th grade and AAU nationals. We used to play each other all the time. We used to be rivals. Every team I was on and every team he was on, we were always rivals. So, and 7th grade year was the first time we teamed up at Westwood at middle school, and ever since then we've been on the same team since.
And both you guys, I can imagine, have been started to bring in a lot of the powerhouse kind of schools, national IMG kind of type schools, prep schools. Is that something you guys would ever consider possibly going to, either for your next season or even senior year?
I'm not a prep school type of guy, but we're playing against them, man. We're going to see what Richardson really about, and we're going to see what the prep schools really got.
And they're not necessarily prep school, but it is going to be a big-time game that they just announced. San Ysidro, we know who was all on that team. How excited are you guys to go up against them?
Man, we ready. The whole team, we're all ready. We're ready for a challenge. So I hope they don't come in Hollywood.
Without a doubt, man. Let's talk about a couple more colleges that have offered you at this point. TCU is another in-state school. They've kind of been one of the earlier schools to kind of offer you. What do you like about them, and how did you guys bond with them?
It was cool, but the coach that recruited me from there, he went to Troy University, so I haven't really heard much from them lately.
And when you have a kind of transition like that in a coach, do you kind of still follow the coach that was recruiting out of someone like Troy or wherever school might be?
Well, if he reaches back out to me, then yes, but he hasn't. So,
gotcha. And another big school that's a little further away from home is Auburn. They're a big-time program. What do you like about Coach Pearl?
He's cool. I mean, they have a program that I can see myself in, and that's really big time.
And as I said, that is a little bit further than some of the schools in the Texas, the Big 12, SEC kind of range. I mean, they are SEC, but I mean, what would it be like just to kind of go to New York and play out there?
Man, I've never been to New York, so I don't really know what to expect, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be good though.
Absolutely, man. And you have another school like Oklahoma State. They're an incredible program, have one of the best, not the best recruiting class in 2020, but they also have some stuff off the court they've been dealing with. When you see a program kind of have the off the court stuff, does anything go through your mind?
It just I don't really know, you know. It's like, how could I like put myself there if I know that I can't win a championship, you know? So if I want to go to the Final Four and win and all that, but their program is in trouble, then, you know, I can't really go there.
And you do also see the attraction of them having a guy like Cade Cunningham go there. And if they were to use a guy like Cade Cunningham or any other top guys and they make them one-and-done prospects go straight to the NBA, how much more appealing would that make a school like Oklahoma State or just any school that can do that?
if the player does what he needs to do, then he'll be a one and done. But I mean, it's all up to the player then.
Couldn't agree more. And as I said, a lot of these schools are Power Five kind of schools. Would you say playing at a Power Five, a high major school, is kind of a priority to you?
Yes, I want to go where I can I have to challenge and compete for a spot. I don't want to just be handed the spot.
Absolutely. And for you, you're a guy that a lot of people started writing up and saying you are a five-star caliber prospect. If you had a full AU season, you being in the top 30 would be something that a lot of people could see happening. What is that? How are you going to kind of prove people wrong when you come to the season time?
I mean, I've been doing this my whole life. I always had to prove a point, so it'll be nothing different, just getting more buckets.
And as you start getting more and more attention over the next couple of seasons, the big thing that's been coming up right now is the G League route, and possibly for your class, even going straight to the NBA. If those two things are available to you, would you consider those when the time comes?
No, I think college is the way to go. At least 1 year in college.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Absolutely, man. And when you talk about Rylan, is he someone you talked about possibly want to team up with at the college level?
Yeah, that would be real cool.
Mm-hmm.
That would be real cool.
Is there anyone else you're talking to that you could see yourself possibly wanting to team up with?
At TCU, Mike Miles going there. I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
play with him. That would be something good.
And a lot of you guys you just talked about, they're Texas players, and Texas is one of the best, not the best state in America. What's it like just being a part of Texas?
Man, Texas is crazy
Mm-hmm.
because we really got the best football and basketball, in my opinion. So in Texas, you always got to bring your A game because it's always somebody else working, and that's really, really, really good. So you can't really slack because the ones under you, they really coming for you. So, yeah.
And as you said, Texas has pretty much always been known as a football state. The past couple of years, people are starting to realize they still are great at football, obviously, but basketball's coming up and they're becoming kind of a basketball state at the same time. You've seen the rise of being a part of this new era of Texas basketball. What's that like?
It's cool because, I could be one of those people that they talk about in a few years. Like, Cason came out of Texas, so, Texas is a good state to play basketball in.
And you look at any ranking site, there is probably at least 20 guys in the top 100, top 125, or whatever they list is from Texas. How do you kind of learn to be able to pass guys up and rise above them when there's so much just talent across Texas?
Really, everybody from Texas that's ranked kind of know each other, and we always been playing against each other. So
Mm-hmm.
we know it's no hard feelings, but somebody got to keep working, and somebody has to move up, somebody has to move down.
You personally, who's your favorite guy to go up against one-on-one in a game?
Uh, I'd say Keontae
Mm-hmm.
because we used to play together when we was little kids, and we always going against each other.
Absolutely. And for you now, you look at Texas, you already said you believe that the number one overall state in America. Give me your top three or top five states when overall in America.
Texas, New York, I go Cali.
Mm-hmm.
Cali got some movers.
For sure. So, let's talk about your past season. You guys had a decent year your freshman season, but last year really was your breakout year, Rylan's, this overall team's breakout year, a 30-win season. What was last year like?
Man, it was crazy because we did something and had the opportunity to do something that our school had never done before.
Mm-hmm.
And to see how everybody was like, Richardson's not going to be this, they're not going to be that. But we made the run, and the season we had was great. So, we still have more stuff to do next year because we have basically the same team coming back except a few seniors. So we should be better this year than last year.
You kind of talked about it earlier, but having another superstar player like Rylan on your team, how did you just kind of learn to just kind of let one guy play? How did you just kind of learn to play with each other, knowing that both of you guys could kind of go off any night?
If Rylan's having a good game, then we just gonna keep hitting Rylan, let him do what he do. Then I'll step in and I'll keep it going, so we don't have any slack.
Absolutely. And you personally had coming off a really good year. What do you personally think you're capable of averaging next season?
My goal is to average no less than 20.
Mm-hmm.
So have a 20-plus game every game.
I said earlier, a lot of people say if you had AAU this year, you would have broke out, you would have become a five-star prospect. You get that chance now this upcoming high school season. You mentioned getting to play against a lot of top teams in the country. From what you know, the teams that you're playing so far are, who's your favorite team to go up against?
I'd say Mikey Williams and their team
Mm-hmm.
because I heard they have a lot of top dogs on their team. So I like to get after them.
Absolutely. And for you next season, as I said, you want to break out next year. How do you kind of plan to be able to be yourself and take the next jump?
I'm just gonna do what I do, and I've been working, so I know it's gonna pay off.
And I know you come from a family of basketball, pretty much has run through your blood and all your different sides of your family. What's it like been growing up in that?
Uh, always hooping. Everybody's hooping. My cousins going at it with them, getting beat by them, beating them. Is It's always gonna be a battle between all of us.
So when you guys get together, is it going to usually be a family one-on-one, two-on-two, three-on-three kind of game?
Yeah, we definitely run the one-on-ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Out of all your family members, who's your favorite three-on-three teammates to have?
me, my brother, and my cousin Terrell. I think we'll beat everybody else. If we get on the same team, it's over with.
Absolutely. And when you get ready now for your next AU game, how excited do you get back on the court?
Man, I'm gonna come with a lot of energy. Definitely having a double-double for sure.
Absolutely, man. A couple more things before I let you go. One is obviously you are going to want to build a legacy for yourself, but what you're able to achieve on the court as well as off of it. So by the time you end up walking away from the game someday, what do you want that legacy to be?
That Cason he was that guy, and he never gave up. He fought to the end. He's a good player. Maybe one of the best to ever play.
Without a doubt, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on, my guy. I can't wait to see what God's got next for you, man.
Thank you.
Of course, man. You're always welcome on, bro. God bless.
All right, you too.